Μουσική στροφή για τη συνέχεια με το πιστό στην παράδοση Φεστιβάλ Αθηνών να ανοίγει αυλαία με την πρόταση της Εθνικής Λυρικής Σκηνής. Από την 1η έως τις 5 Ιουνίου λοιπόν θα παρουσιαστούν στο Ηρώδειο δύο από τις πιο αντιπροσωπευτικές όπερες του Ιταλικού βερισμού σε σκηνοθεσία του γνωστού στο ελληνικό κοινό Graham Vick. Το μελόδραμα σε μία πράξη του Πιέτρο Μασκάνη, Καβαλερία Ρουστικάνα ή Αγροτική Υποσύνη στα ελληνικά και το δράμα με πρόλογο και δύο πράξεις του Ρουτζέρο Λέων Καβάλο, Παλιάτσοι. Πρόκειται για δύο έργα με μελωδίες γεμάτες ένταση, εκφραστικές αρμονίες, ατμοσφαιρική ενορχήστρωση και συναισθηματικές εναλλαγές. Από το πάθος και τη ζήλια μέχρι το φόβο και τον πόνο του θανάτου.
Mascagni's Cavaleria began the school of Verismo, which was not so much a realistic form of opera as it took the subject of opera away from kings and queens, gods and heroes, and instead made the subject of opera ordinary people and the struggle of ordinary people with morals, with ethics and with everyday life. So from that point of view, the opera works, I think, very well in a world which is struggling with its everyday life. We're not heroes at the moment, except everybody is a hero. We do, all of us, have the heroic struggle with everyday life to put food in the mouths of our families, to worry about work each day and our future. That's the world of Mascagni, and it's why I think Cavaleria lives on. Leon Cavallo's Palliachi has a slightly different aspect. It's one of a group of slightly narcissistic pieces in that it's actually about the theatre. But what it's about is not that actors' lives and the theatre is special, but that actors' lives and the theatre is only a microcosm of the real world. And that when actors go home, they don't necessarily leave behind them the emotions of the play. That to act is to truthfully experience. And that element of art and reality and its interface is a very interesting and adventurous subject for opera. I think the two operas are more different than similar. Cavaleria is a rhapsody. Now, almost half of the music has nothing to do with the plot, with the dramatic development, but is a kind of poem to southern Italian life, is a poem to the earth, to la terra, no? Is a poem to Sicilia, Magna Grecia, we could say, to peasant life, to the dignity of the eternal working man. All of those things. It's a kind of rhapsodic piece, and the drama is almost mythic in its crude but very simple jealousy and vengeance. In Leon Cavallo's Palliachi instead is a rather more sophisticated, urbane piece, with a more elegant libretto and a more sophisticated idea of theatricality, of life, and of the knife edge between the two of them. It also invests a world of mental instability, whereas Cavaleria takes as fundamental that the power of vengeance is a God-given right. I think the interesting challenge for these pieces in a big open-air theatre is that they are not, by their nature, grand spectacle. It's not hundreds of soldiers, priests, priestesses, spears, processions. It's ordinary people working the land in small communities. So the spectacle has to be created through humanity, not through glamour. And from that point of view, it requires a humanizing of the monument. The wall of the theatre is an enormous and imposing wall that makes human beings look very small. And so we've introduced a natural element, as though nature has swept through the monument, like, so that you see half of the back wall with the land and the earth moving through it and trees growing there. So already, as in fact in reality, the monument, it's 2,000 years since it was worth anything. It's now a piece of dust, it's transience, life moves on. And in this real natural space, the human beings live and breathe in front of this crumbling piece of stone that thinks it's important but is nothing, that believes it's a great monument, but a monument to what? I love working the open air. I like big popular shows. I like working for a big audience. I like I love sitting doing the lighting at 3 o'clock in the morning, watching the dawn come up later on. These are magical moments. These are very privileged moments. The best minutes, really, it's when everybody goes home. You have hundreds of people in a big open-air theatre. You're tearing your hair out trying to make an impossible show work. Then everybody goes home at 11:30 at midnight or something, and suddenly there's just a handful of you in this amazing place, and you're sitting there turning lights on, the sky, the stars, the Acropolis above you. What's not to love?